Welcome back, my fellow DMs, to a new episode of Puzzle Hustle. In today's video, I'm going to show you an easy way on how to create a secret compartment inside a skull and how to open it with a puzzle. Even though the tutorial is quick, I understand most of you are busy people. If you don't want to or you don't have the time to do it, remember all my puzzles are available on my Patreon to download. That is patreon.com/puzzlehustle. Without further ado, let's build our puzzle. As always, we are not going to be using Photoshop, but the free online editor Photopea. So go ahead and open photopea.com. For this tutorial, we are going to need three main images: a wall texture, a skull, and a skeleton hand. So go to your search engine and look for the ones you like the most. Once you have the three images, the first step is to open the wall texture. And then open and place the skull right in the middle of the file where the red line appears. Right-click on the object selection and choose the Magic Wand tool. Then select all the colors surrounding your image and delete them. If you have a PNG or a vector image like I do, you need to rasterize it first in order to edit it. Use the Move tool to expand. Remember to press and hold the Shift key in your keyboard to keep the ratio of the image. Get it to the size you like and place it in the middle again. Then open and place the skeleton hand and fix it until you are happy with the results. Next step is select your skull layer. Right-click on it and go to Blending Options. Here you can play with the blend options until you find one you like. I chose Luminosity. Check the emboss and contour boxes and adjust their settings. You can adjust the depth, size, and soften until you get a nice 3D finish. If you want, you can use the settings from the video. Then check Color Overlay. This is going to control the color of the image. I like to use the color close to the background, but you can use the color you want. You can create a golden skull, obsidian, crimson, you choose. You can also play with the blend mode to give it a more metallic or stony look. When you're happy with the results, press OK. Repeat the same process with the hand. You can choose to give the hands a different texture or color if you want, but if not, you can keep the exact same settings of the skull and press OK. After you finish with the first hand, go and right-click on its layer and press Duplicate Layer. Then go to the Edit tab, go down to Transform, and then press the option Flip Horizontally. Now you have both hands. For the next step, go and select the skull layer and zoom into the jaw. Right-click on the Lasso Select tool and choose the polygonal lasso. And start clicking multiple times following the teeth shape. It doesn't have to be perfect, since it's a monster jaw anyways. Go around and connect the lasso with the first point you made. Press Ctrl C to make a copy and then delete the original. After that, press Ctrl V and paste the new layer. Notice that the editor did not copy the layer effects. To fix this, right-click on the skull layer and select the option Layer Style, and then the option Copy. Go to the jaw layer and do the same, but press Paste instead. Now both layers have the exact same blending settings. Move the jaw around and check that everything is good to continue. Now let's make the rails where the hands are going to be moving. Right-click on the rectangle tool and choose the line. Press and hold Shift to make a straight line. Check that the options Fill and Stroke have the same color. You can also change the thickness of the line if you want. When you're ready, click on your new layer and rasterize it. Also change its blending options to make it look more 3D. Once you finish, go ahead and duplicate the layer and place it on the other side of the image. Then proceed to merge the lines with the wall layer, since it will be much easier to work and manage less elements. This step is optional, more for flavor I'll say, but if you want to add some torches and shadows, you can do so going to blending options and check the box Drop Shadow. Here you can control the opacity, size and spread of the shadow, but more importantly, the angle of the shadow. Let's say you want to have a torch down in the middle, so the angle of the shadow should be -90 degrees, so the shadow can face up. When you're happy with the results, press OK and then repeat the same process with the hands. Okay, so we're finally ready to save our puzzle. Click on the wall layer and press Select Pixels in order to grab the whole image. Press Ctrl C and open a new file. Change the name to Wall and then press Ctrl V to paste the new image. The next step is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to repeat it multiple times until you get used to it. Go to the skull layer and press Select Pixels. Notice that only the shape of the skull is selected. Now we are going to choose the wall layer and press Ctrl C. This is going to allow us to copy the shape of the skull, but in the wall layer. Create a new file, change its name, and then paste the image. Delete the background layer to make the image transparent. Go back to the previous tab, and now select the skull and copy it. Go to the new tab again and paste the new file. Go back again and this time copy the layer effects and then paste it on the new skull. We have to do this process because the wall layer behind the elements is what gives the image those blending effects. If we copy the image without the wall, we will not be able to replicate the same color and 3D effects we previously made. I'm going to repeat everything with all the elements, so you can see the process again. If you use the same blending configuration for all your elements, you only have to copy the effects once, and then click Paste in all your new tabs. If the shadow doesn't fit the file, don't worry, we have an easy fix. Go to the Image tab in the top bar and click on Canvas Size. Change the width and the height until your image fits without any problem. For the yaw file, I recommend checking the blending effects and eliminating the shadows, since it can cause weird looking problems where you place all the pieces together. Now check that everything has the right name and save all the files. The wall you can save it as JPEG, and everything else you can save as PNG. Once you have saved your files, open your campaign and upload your images. Place them and stretch them until you get the desired result. To get the other hand, just copy and paste a new one and then right click on it and go to Advanced, and then select Flip horizontally. Send the background and the skull to the map layer, since they are not going to be moving. Then go to the page settings and change the grid size to 15. And then the opacity to 0%. Change all the token elements to It's a Drawing, so you can move them freely and eliminate the stats circles. Search for a whole image and place it on the map layer. Send the skull to the front so it can be on top of the hole and everything else. Finish by adding as many details as you want. You can set jewels, weapons, armor, cups, whatever you want to make the puzzle fit into your campaign. Just make sure that always the skeleton parts are on front of everything, so double check that. And that's it, easy peasy. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial and the puzzle helps your campaign. If you want to help the channel, my Patreon is patreon.com/puzzlehustle. And remember to share, like and subscribe. I will see you next week with another puzzle. Bye!